We are back here on Girl Talk. Our friend Ian is here from Custom Audio Video, and wow, last time we were together we talked about the importance of cables. It was really, really interesting, and now we see why. What are we talking about today?
Well, you know, there's lots and lots of different kinds of cables. We spoke about audio cables and the reason why they're more important, better clarity in speakers. Now I'm thinking about what we've got behind us, which is 4K video.
Wow.
And there's 4K video and there's 4K video, but the reason that the cables are important is that there's such a big amount of information in a picture like this to transmit from the source to the TV that the cable really needs to be built for that purpose.
You're very good at taking these complex things and simplifying them and putting them in lay language, because I actually understood what you said. No, it's really important. Talk to us about the 4K TV.
4K. So, you know, people go into Best Buy and the big box stores and they'll see TVs that have 4K on them, but they also have something UHD. 2005-6-ish, we got HD TV, which was high definition, and we've known that to be 1080p. Now, people don't know what that really means. It refers to the video, the pixel resolution. Okay. So with 4K, there's kind of like 2 or 3 terminologies: 4K or UHD. UHD is ultra high definition.
All right.
However,
are they one and the same?
Kind of.
But no.
Kind of, but no. 4K really refers to the pixel resolution that would be used for digital TV like we have behind us. Okay. There's a different 4K, which really is the UHD one, and that's by the Digital Cinema initiative. So again, it's 4K resolution. It's a slightly different number of pixels from the TV 4K resolution.
That's what you and Ryan were talking about with cameras and TVs. Confusing. Exactly.
So there's a lot more involved in that though, because it's not just the number of pixels on the screen, but there's also color space and there's color depth and there's all sorts of things that get very, very technical and difficult to understand. Color depth refers to primary colors: red, green, blue. Got it. And a good color depth, the best color depth, is referred to something called 444, and it really means the picture would be closer to what we would see in real life with our eyes. Exactly. So, but not all 4K and not all video is like that, because there's limitations on how that picture gets to the TV.
You know why I'm smiling? Because this is one of those segments that I really enjoy, because it just basically, here's my takeaway, right? Here's my takeaway. Without hesitation, don't even take a breath. Go straight to Custom Audio Video and see Ian, Sandy, and the crew, because you guys are the only ones who know really the reality. And if I'm spending money and I want quality, right? Sure. I'm making that investment. I want to make sure I know what I'm getting.
Yeah. So, well, think about this TV behind us. It's a relatively expensive TV. It's an 84-inch Sony. We also have 4K Blu-ray players. So there's disc players. We've known Blu-ray players to be high definition. We have ultra high definition, or rather 4K Blu-ray players. We have 1 or 2 or 3 here, and we can take that picture to the TV. That is native. It's exactly what was intended. It's a 4K resolution picture. Got it.
What's been interesting for me is you said get up close to this and take a look at it, and the clarity is wow.
Yeah. You can't see pixelization like you used to be able to with even with HD. You could find that. There are people that stream over the internet, that stream 4K picture. Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime. There's also trials in broadcast with DirecTV and Dish Network. The problem is that I mentioned earlier, there's such a huge amount of information in a picture like this. It's very difficult to broadcast it over the broadcast network or the internet. So what they do is they take a huge amount of information and they squeeze it into a small pipe, and then it comes out at the other end. So So in other words, the picture has been affected by that, what they call it, compression. It's been affected by that compression, so it still looks great, but it doesn't look as good as it would if it was connected in your house directly from the source to the TV, which is where the cables come in again.
Okay.
Back to last month.
Got it.
There
Yeah,
are
I'm pulling
limitations.
this full circle, yes.
There's limitations because we have such a huge bandwidth now. There's limitations on the length of the cable that we can use.
Right.
And oh boy, I'm in America, but I have to mention metric here because the cables are in meters. An 8-meter cable is about as long as we could use. That's about 25 and a half feet. That's about as long as we could use to get the picture that comes out of the Blu-ray disc or whatever that source is to the TV
without diluting.
Right. Exactly.
I actually am listening to what you're saying.
Great.
Well, no, and that's the gift that you have, is being able to translate all this into real language.
It's very complicated, and you know, I mentioned last month, hey, let's go to the dollar store and buy an HDMI cable. Yeah, it'll work, but it'll only work in certain circumstances with certain sources and, you know, certain TVs, etc. So,
can people make an appointment with you all to come in and really talk about their needs, their questions?
Yeah.
I think that makes sense, doesn't it?
Sure, absolutely.
Every time I come, I learn something, and I think we have some good takeaways, and this is no exception. Ian, thank you for joining us. We want to thank all of you for joining us again here at Custom Audio Videos on Girl Talk. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.